I was inspired to just play with Chat GPT for maybe 5 minutes, and I wanted to test its capabilities, if you will. And I searched in 2 minutes or less, what can you tell me about Aquinas's teaching on love? And I actually use St. Thomas Aquinas' teaching on
Was that the prompt? It was just 2 minutes or less?
Yep. Okay. And I guess it thought that I meant a speech, and it kind of wrote it as a speech. And I would love to read it on air if we have 2 minutes to spare.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Totally.
There's no trademark issue with ChatGPT. It's a robot slave. We can make it do what it wants.
It's considered open AI. Is that what they call it? Open AI? I'm pretty sure,
that's
Ben,
the
you're
company that makes it. But
okay.
It's like public
open
domain.
source, essentially, it's what it's
If you type in the prompt, you own what it created. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
And it's very good, and I thought that it would be good to maybe try and take away some of the. I know some are scared of AI and talk that we can use it as a tool and not let it take over us, and we will.
It freaks me out, but let's get into that in a second. Let's hear the speech. From, Yeah.
Today, I am honored to speak to you about the profound teachings of St. Thomas Aquinas' subject of love. St. Thomas Aquinas, a towering figure in medieval philosophy and theology, dedicated much of his life to understanding the nature of God and humanity. His insight on love are both timeless and deeply insightful. According to Aquinas, love is at the core of our existence, and it is through love that we find our ultimate purpose. He categorized love into different types, most notably eros, which means romantic love, philia, which represents friendship, and agape, the highest form of love, representing selfless, unconditional love, and often associated with the divine. Aquinas believed that love is not just an emotion, but a virtue, a habit that can be cultivated and developed. He argued that love is guided by reason and aligns with moral principles. In this sense, love becomes a force that elevates our actions and binds communities together. Furthermore, Aquinas emphasized that connection between love and knowledge is true. He believed that love compels us to seek understanding, and through understanding, we come closer to the divine. Love, for Aquinas, is a path to wisdom, and wisdom is the key to a meaningful and fulfilling life. One of Aquinas' most profound teachings on love is that it is giving that we receive. He argued that true happiness is found in self-giving, echoing the Christian principle of charity. By loving and serving others, we not only fulfill our moral duty, but also experience the richness of life in its truest sense. In a world often marked by division and conflict, Aquinas' teaching on love reminds us that our shared humanity, his philosophy, encourages us to rise above our differences, to embrace the diversity of human experience, and to approach one another with love and compassion. In conclusion, St. Thomas Aquinas' teaching on love invites us to reflect on the profound connections between love, reason, and virtue. As we navigate the complexities of life, may we strive to cultivate a love that is both selfless and guided by wisdom, following in the footsteps of this great theologian and philosopher. Thank you.
All right. I'm surprised at the lack of heresy.
I was too.
Yeah.
I was too, because I thought that was going to really prove that it was worthless. And I then saw that as a tool to I mean, at the end of the day, what this is a better version of Wikipedia.
Yeah. It's a collective knowledge of everything written about Thomas Aquinas and all of his writings.
Yeah.
Like it's just a database that a large language model is pulling from and trying to sort through.
But I've gotten on it and I've played around with ChatGPT, and there is clearly a bent to it. I was asking it questions about what a woman was and some of those things, and I got lots of like transy, moderny, wokey kind of answers. Yeah. So I don't want to, I mean, that's why it scares me, because ultimately whoever programs this thing that's supposed to be this great provider of truth, right, they get to determine, I guess, the bias of the machine. Is that even? Yeah, I don't quite get it, but I feel bad about it.
Right. But this was very specific. I actually, now I'm curious, and I may go back. I may not necessarily talk about it on air, but I may ask it, what is love? But I asked it specifically, what is Aquinas' teaching on love?
Right.
That's
So
a
it's gonna
narrow
give you a more
scope.
specific
So if you can
answer.
narrow the scope of the research, you'll get a much more accurate result versus what is a woman. You're going to get what they want you.
Right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, if you're enjoying the content, be sure to like, subscribe, and go back and watch the full-length video. We talk a lot more about this. We get into some other stuff. I think you'll love it. Thanks.